Hello, everyone. Welcome to SaunaiE. I'm your host, XO, and today is April 2nd, 2021. Yes, people, we are now officially in the second quarter of the year. We're in April, and April just always be my favorite month, simply because your boy's birthday, 420, is I can't even speak right. Is this month, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm excited. I'm just hyped and can't wait, you dig? But I'm also hyped because April is Financial Literacy Month. I just found out recently, and I'm like, yo, why not do the whole month of April about financial literacy? And that's big to me on my behalf, because today, as I was coming back from the gym, I was thinking like, yo, I wasn't taught financial literacy growing up, or it wasn't taught within the culture. And now, year 27, 28, I've been learning a lot about financial literacy myself, as well as implementing what I've learned into my everyday life. What I heavily talk about it, doing the budgeting, doing the plans, having plans for your money, budgeting weekly, monthly, and really just investing your money in the right stocks and the right investments, and just really doing all the research and everything. But with this episode, it's like an introduction to financial literacy if you don't know about it. And me, I'm still learning myself. And I figured, like, why not we all take this journey together and really learn about financial literacy and elevate our financial literacy together. But let's start off with the quotes of the day. My first quote is, "Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. The worst days give lessons. And the best days give memories." I don't even know where to start on how to elaborate with that, because I feel like that quote is really self-explanatory. And it starts off with, never regret a day in your life. And it's true. Every day has a purpose within it. At the end of the day, you probably reflect back. And if you had a bad day, you reflect back through that day like, oh, that day gave me experience. Or you've had the worst day of your life, and you're looking back at the end of the day, you're like, damn, I've learned a lot about this day and about myself, but it was one of the worst days. As well as the best days of your life. You're like, damn, you're always reflecting back on them good times and memories. And what about the good days? Them good days, as we know, give us happiness, and it really overjoys us. So it's not like every day, like I said, has its purpose. So never regret a day in your life. There's a reason for what's happening. So never regret the day. And like I always say, life happens for us, not to us. And my next quote is, care about what other people think of you, and you'll always be their prisoner. Fuck public opinion to a certain extent. But we can't always think about what others think of us. Let their opinions of us really dictate our life, dictate where we go, dictate what we do. Everybody will always have an opinion, but that is just that. An opinion. You can't care about what they say about you or what they think about you. You gotta only care about what you think about yourself. It's all about loving yourself first. And trying to get that outside approval, the outside opinion from other people, it's like, for what? Love yourself, love who you are, love who you became. You've been on this planet for who knows how long. And it's like, just love yourself. People are always going to criticize you, judge you, have an opinion about you. But it's like, it's life. We all do it. And it's like, we can't care about what other people think. We only got to care about what we think. And once again, the quote is, care about what other people think, and you'll always be their prisoner. Don't let nobody hold you in their prison of criticism. That's what it comes down to. And on this episode, we're going to get into financial literacy. What is financial literacy? And we'll be right back. first topic for discussion. My two topics for discussion for today is what is financial literacy and 5 trends making financial literacy important. So, what is financial literacy? On Investopedia, it means the ability to understand and apply different financial skills effectively, including personal financial management, budgeting, and saving. The Wikipedia definition is the possession of skills and knowledge that allows an individual to make informed and effective decisions with all of their financial resources. It also includes understanding how a checking and saving account works, what using a credit card really means, and how to avoid debt. So, financial literacy is the ability to use financial skills effectively, including, like I said, personal financial management and budgeting. How are you managing your personal finances as well as budgeting? And that goes deep because it seems like everywhere in the world, when you get a pay increase, you increase your income, you want to increase your expenses. But what I've been learning recently is no, you can't increase your expenses when you increase your income. You've got to live below your means, still live frugal instead of trying to live with the Joneses. And it's just life where we want to be like, oh shoot, we got a pay increase. Let me go splurge on do this. And then we look back like, what happened to my money? I know the biggest thing, like everybody got their stimulus checks these days and everybody just wants to splurge. But instead of like, okay, how can I make this $1,400, $2,800 or triple up, quadruple up? How you can reinvest that money to make more money for you. And that's where financial literacy comes in. It's like we don't have the financial literacy. We live in the moment instead of thinking about the future, thinking ahead and saying, okay, how are my finances going to be 5 years from now? Are the decisions I'm making today benefiting me, or are they detrimental to my finances? And that's what it comes, because it's life though. I'm the same way. We live in the moment, and we was never taught financial literacy growing up within our culture. But now it's like, we're old enough, we're adults, or listening to right now, if you're a teen, wherever age group you're in right now, you can take control of your financial future. And another thing I've found out is trends in the US show that financial literacy among people are declining. We're on a steep decline, and it's like, I feel like financial literacy is rarely discussed, and it should be discussed more. And that's why I'm opening the doorway right now. Let's talk about the impact of financial literacy. Financial literacy has an impact on families as they try to balance their budget, buy a home, fund their children's education, plan a vacation, or ensure income at retirement. The level of financial literacy varies with education and income levels, but evidence shows that highly educated people with high incomes can just be as ignorant about financial issues as less educated, lower income people. So the impact it has on families, like, I'm gonna be real, me and my family, we never talked about financial literacy. And I believe, I'm trying to, within my household family and my general family, it's like, that never came about. Financial literacy never came about. It's like, it was always work hard, get a good job, get good grades, graduate in. I said it all backwards, but get good grades, graduate, and then get a good job and find you that support system, that safety net, that 401k plan or a pension plan. But we never talked about financial literacy, about making investments, about savings, about how does a credit card really work? How do we avoid debt? How does a checking and a savings account really work? That was never really discussed I'm speaking about myself in general, within my family. But now it's like, and now it's time to change that narrative and really look like, how can we educate the people around us about financial literacy? And that's what we started with this month on SaunaiE Podcast. We're talking about financial literacy and everybody that listens to be more aware of their financial literacy versus just living in the moment as well as living for the future. Because the decisions you make today affects your future. when it comes to finances, as well as health too. And like, that's really just been big to me. So I just really want to discuss that and really open your eyes to what financial literacy is and the impact that it has on families that don't know about financial literacy, or don't know about a savings account, or don't know how to invest, or what a checking does. Like credit card, me growing up, a credit card, I didn't really understand it. And it really was like, oh, just use the credit card as like free money. Not necessarily free money, but it's free money at the time. I'm grateful that I never fell into the credit card phase. And now that I'm of age, I've been heavily working on my credit. And it's been really steady. Shout out, and it's really been steady. And I'm like, okay, I'm grateful that I didn't go into the credit card binge where you get a credit card, you just want to run it up. And it's not you can't do that. But I want to hear y'all stories about growing up in the childhood. Did y'all discuss financial literacy? How were your finances as a family? What did you see? Even if it's good or bad, let's open up and talk about it. This is a safe space. So I want to hear what y'all stories about financial literacy, or what do you know about financial literacy? And I'm gonna give y'all a brief break, and I'm gonna jump into my next topic: 5 trends making financial literacy more important. I'll be right back. So the next topic we're jumping into, or the next segment, would be 5 trends making financial literacy more important. And the number one is people are shouldering more of the financial decisions, like retirement. Past generations depended on pension plans to fund their retirement, and those plans were managed by professionals, so they carried that financial burden. Now it's like people have to make the financial decisions for themselves. Okay, do I need a retirement plan? How do I set a retirement plan? What is the best retirement plan for me? And that goes big. But myself personally, I'm investing into a Roth IRA, and I'll elaborate more on that on the next episode about different retirement plans or retirement accounts that you can open up and start for yourself, as well as doing the research and looking into all right, what is the best financial decision for my future? What is the best retirement plan or retirement account for me that I can use? And like I said, I use a Roth IRA for myself personally, but that's just one of the trends making financial literacy more important. You got to educate yourself to know what is the best financial decisions for my future in my present. And then number 2 is, continuing. I'm taking notes still, but continuing, it says today's pensions are rare. Instead, employees are being offered 401k plans, in which they need to decide how much to contribute and what to invest in. And right now, if you're working at a career job, they offer you that 401k plan. Sorry about that. 401k plan, and you're like, you don't know how much to contribute, how much to invest. What do you have to invest daily? What do you have to invest monthly? What do you have to invest annually? And it's like, if you don't have a financial advisor or a financial planner, how do you make the proper decisions to what to invest in? So that's basically the number one trend on why financial literacy is more important. Number 2 is savings and investment options are more complex. You have to research savings and investment accounts. Like I said, the Roth IRA. You have to check the interest rates on some of these accounts, your checking account, your credit cards, your savings accounts. What is the interest rate for those accounts for you? You have to figure out what savings and what investment suits your lifestyle. What works for me isn't going to work for you, or may work for you, but it just comes down to what works best for yourself and your lifestyle and what suits you. What is the best savings plan you can go with and stick to and discipline yourself to, as well as what are the proper investments that I need to invest in? What stocks, what real estate, what businesses, or just things like that. What do I need to invest in? My time, my energy, and start making them investments, financial investments, and as well as investments in your education. So you know what's best steps to take. Some of these decisions we aren't really adequately educated to make. These choices can also affect our ability to buy a home, finance and education, or save for retirement. All this is just adding on to our decision-making pressure that we put on ourselves. We don't want to make these decisions, but it's like we have to make these decisions for our financial future. And that's just number 2 of 5 trends making financial literacy more important. Savings and investment options are more complex. Number 3, government aid is lacking, people. In the past, a major source of retirement came from Social Security, but the amount paid isn't enough, and it may not be available in the future. Matter of fact, the Social Security Board of Trustees reported that by 2034, the Social Security Trust Fund may be depleted. So, the government's not going to be there to help you out or aid you in the future 5 to 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, or whatever you plan on retiring. So what do you want to retire on if you don't educate yourself right now in this moment of being more financial literate, learning what 401k plans to do, what retirement accounts to look into, what investments to make, what savings to make? Because 20 years down the line, you can't depend on Social Security. Number 4, the financial environment is changing. Besides growing inflation, the financial landscape is changing dynamically. Now a global marketplace. I know you've been hearing a lot about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. What's another big one that everybody? Forex, foreign exchange. That is a big thing. And that really all that, we're now a global marketplace. And there are many participants in the market and many factors that can influence it. I was talking to a friend of mine, about the stock market, about just different like with the stock market, everything political affects the stock market. So that affects the global marketplace too. So you have to be aware of what's going on in the political aspect when you're investing your money in certain companies, certain things, certain real estate and stuff like that. Just being more aware of what's going on in the global marketplace, especially overseas or even in your home state. So, like I said, the environment is quickly changing, and it's quickly changing because the technological, I can't even say it right, technological advances, such as I'm having a tongue twister right now. Electronic trading makes the financial markets even swifter and volatile. So with everybody being day traders that can trade literally electronically, you can pick up your phone right now and start trading if you wanted to. That really affects how the financial environment is changing. It's changing rapidly. Right now, I'm pretty sure if, like me, you've been hearing a lot about, like I said, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And that may be the new wave 5 or 10 years from now. Or maybe just living off gold bricks. Something like that. But eventually the marketplace is slowly changing. So it's like, why not educate yourself and see how will the financial environment be in the next 5 years? How will it be in the next 10 years? What do I need to do to prepare myself to get where I need to be in the next 10 years financially, to be financially independent, to be financially ahead of what's going on? And number 5, the last one, we're overwhelmed with choices from banks, credit unions, brokerage firms, insurance firms, credit card companies, mortgage companies, financial planners, and other financial service companies. They're all vying for assets. You know what the assets are? We are the assets. They're all vying for our attention. So it's like, how do we know which company to choose? it's about doing the research as well as educating yourself in financial literacy and knowing like what is the right decision for me in my future. And is what I'm doing right now benefiting me, or is it detrimental to me in my finances? And you really have to ask yourself and be real with yourself. And just know, like, wherever you're at right now financially, you can get through it, especially when it comes to financial literacy, just educating yourself and knowing what you want to do with your money, with your finances, and just thinking. I was seeing this tweet, and it was talking about seeing everything you do as an investor. From purchasing phones, purchasing shoes. If you purchasing, let's say some J's, you purchase some J's. J's is like $150, hypothetically speaking, $152 on it, and that's the same price as Nike stock. So it's like really viewing things like that. It's like, should I go buy this Chanel bag or should I invest in Chanel stock? And investing in Chanel stock, the ROI is better than the bag, better than the Jordans. Because once you buy the Jordans, it's depreciation value. Versus you buying this Nike stock, Nike stock is going to have a return. You may spend $150 to $200 on the stock, but a year from now it's going to be worth more than the Jordans you just bought. That's just something to think about. I'll give y'all a brief break and I'm going to hit y'all with the recap. Thank you for tuning in to today's show, man. Man, I'm just grateful for this show, especially talking about financial literacy. It gets me hype, and I love educating people about financial literacy as well as learning more myself. And it's just a lot, man. And share this episode with people so we all can open the discussion and have the discussion with people about financial literacy, as well as if you was taught financial literacy in your childhood, in your household, in your home. So hit us up at any social media platform at SaunaiE Podcast, or email us at SaunaiE Podcast at gmail.com. I almost had it messed up, but also leave a review. If you want to leave a review, let me know what you think of the show so far, what you think of the season, what you think of this episode. SaunaiE.com. Leave it on there. I'll be right back. Recap. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to SaunaiE. Oh, my bad. Phone's tripping. But recap. Quotes of the day. The first quote: never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. The worst days give lessons. And the best days give memories. I think, I should just say how the quote starts. Never regret a day in your life. And every day has its reason, has its purpose, and learn from that day what that day is meant for you. As you're listening to this, it may be in the middle of the day, or you may be listening to this at the end of your day. Reflect back or reflect on how your day is and what type of day it's going to be. You can always dictate your day when you first wake up by saying today's going to be one of the best days of my life, or just visualizing how you want your day to go. That first 5 to 10 minutes when you wake up, visualizing what you want to accomplish that day, how you want your day, like I said, to go step by step, play by play. But once again, the quote is, never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. The worst days give lessons. And the best days give memories. My next quote is, care about what other people think and you'll always be their prisoner. People will always criticize you, judge you, opinionate you, and just try to belittle you and do their best try to get under your skin. But you can't let that happen. You can't let their words really hold you down or hold you back, or you can't even care what they think, because you'll always be a prisoner of the criticism, of the judgment, of the opinions. Just live free and love yourself. Then we discuss one of my favorite topics ever, financial literacy, what it is, and 5 trends making it important. Financial literacy, the ability to understand and apply different financial skills effectively, including personal financial management, budgeting, and saving. the possession of skills and knowledge that allows an individual to make informed and effective decisions with all of their financial resources. It also includes understanding how a checking and saving account works, what using a credit card really means, and how to avoid debt. The impact that it makes. Financial literacy has impact on families as they try to balance their budget, buy a home, fund their children's education, plan a vacation, and ensure retirement. The trends in the U.S. alone show that financial literacy among people are declining. The level of financial literacy varies with education and income. But, there's a big but, evidence shows that highly educated consumers with high incomes can be just as ignorant about financial issues as less educated and lower income people. And the 5 trends making financial literacy important. Number 1, people are shouldering more of the financial decisions. Number 2, saving and investment options are more complex. Number 3, government aid is lacking. Number 4, the environment is changing. And number 5, we're overwhelmed with choices. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. Share this show, share it on your social media feed, share it with the people, word of mouth, however you want to do it. Whoever listens to the podcast that you know listens to podcasts that you know that loves education or is a financial literacy fan, send them over to the podcast, share this with them, share this link with them. I greatly appreciate it. Get on our emailing list at SaunaiE.com. Hit us up, and I really want to hear y'all feedback from today's show and what y'all thought of this show. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. It is important that we forgive ourselves for making mistakes. We need to learn from our errors and move on.